Well, welcome everybody to week one of the Formula G competition series. I am Zotomo and I'm joined by Calamity. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. With this format, there's no 1v1s. It's everybody versus everybody. So what we decided to do was to take some of the best rounds from all the videos that were submitted to us and show you a round from a different driver's perspective. So we have 5 drivers today. Calamity, you. Simi, M the Baseman, Mwick, and Closed 24/7. So we'll show you a round from each of their videos in that order and kind of show off the locations and see how the players do in the competition. So does that sound good to you, Calamity?
It does sound good to me, yes. We tried to pick sort
Okay.
of the best location possible for every video. That's of course not possible considering we've got 5 videos, so someone has to get the bad end of the stick, but there's still good locations for everyone. There's no like 2 points there.
Yeah. So you'll get to see some very good GeoGuessr play in each round by a different player. And if you want to find out what this all means, you can check out the Formula G show video on our channel as well to see the total standings and results from everybody in the league after you watch this video. So let's get started with Calamity in round number 1, starting at the end of a cul-de-sac. So easy for which direction you want to go.
Yeah, that's not the main issue here. We're going to the northwest, I guess. It hit a main road very quickly.
Yeah, the A1 too, very obvious prominent road in Australia.
Yep, relatively long, but follows the coast, so just go there and there's Coffs Harbour.
Yeah, there's Coffs Harbour, Vala Beach. So we might want to note that the players have 5 minutes around, but there are quite a bit of bonus points for the fastest perfect score. So if you can get that ace, you want to get it and move on without wasting any more time. You don't want to use all 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's a whole 5 extra points for the fastest 25k, so it's definitely worth it if you can get it.
Indeed. So looks like you are roughly at the intersection.
Yeah, I'm in the rough area. It's just about whether this is the right side road going off of it.
Gina Gay Way, and yeah, it's the right side road with the... I think this was a trick for me too. I didn't see a cul-de-sac right close by, and then I ran out of time.
Yeah, the problem was...
I don't think...
the problem was that the road sign was blurry, so you couldn't see what the road was actually called. But yeah, this is the one.
There you go. And it will get it to you. So 5K for you, with quite a bit of time left to spend. You only spent about a minute and a half there for that one. So
yep,
well done.
You can see what you said before in practice. Get the 5K, move on quickly.
Yeah. It was really interesting that in that location, the road on the map didn't match the background of the map.
Yeah, slightly.
So,
slightly off.
A little bit odd, but welcome to Australia, I guess.
Welcome to Google Maps.
Yeah. So then let's get into round number 2 with Simi and see how fast he can get his ace, if he can.
Yeah, all of the 5 video competitors we've got here got a 5K in round number 1.
Very nice. So we have a good sign now. Liqueur. So a city. Train tracks, all good for pinpointing.
Yeah, that definitely shouldn't be the issue here. So one small tip, what you could look out for in Australia is number plates. I've said that in the show we did a couple of days ago. But the obvious one is New South Wales because that's yellow. And that's just very clearly visible even if it's blurred. The other ones are a bit more subtle and a bit more difficult to differentiate because I think Queensland is brown. Then we've got Northern Territory, and just the writing, the background of the sign is still white. That's the main problem because if it's blurred, it still looks white, just with a hint of maybe a bit of color. So Queensland is brown, Northern Territories is red, and the others are all kind of blue-ish, and one of them, I think it's Western Australia, that has a blue stripe on the top as well.
Yeah, I think I've had it mentioned to me by some Australians before that that's a general rule that you can definitely use, but there are some exceptions, so be careful. But
And
yeah, Simi there
go on.
hitting a potato camera, had to turn around, look for something else. It's already at over a minute and a half in time.
One more thing about the number plates as well. As always, never base your guess on one number plate if you can move around. Always look at a couple of them and decide based on that.
It's got some good quality cameras here. Oh, Mount Baker. Oh, Barker, sorry. Should be a pretty good landmark that you might be able to find for a park or whatnot. I think this sign is the sign that helped me out. He's coming up on. Oh, Denmark. Okay, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
No. And he goes past Australia twice. Okay. Looking towards the southern end.
In the right area. Bit more zoomed in than you'd see Denmark. He seems very confident on Western Australia. Yeah. There you go. There's Denmark.
There you go. He's got it. Outside of Albany. And he has to figure out where exactly we did spawn from. Oh, there's Ellicur. There's an extra E in there.
Ellicur, yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't see it. I don't know if he was zooming pretty fast. I don't know if he caught that.
I think it's more likely that he did see it and has just forgotten that that was what that first sign like 3 minutes ago said.
Okay.
But if he goes back to the start, he should... he doesn't seem that confident about which road he's on.
No. And he is going to use quite a bit of that 5-minute timer. Australia, not the easiest country to do GeoGuessr. Very big, and lots of it can be very open and hard to pinpoint and find big enough landmarks to see on the map. But now he will go back to the start with just over a minute left, which should help him.
Yeah, I think he found the intersection that he was on before that, like before he went back to the start. Now he just has to figure out where he started. Which is exactly here. Yep.
Yeah, that road, I remember that marble up.
And while he's just finishing up pinpointing, or well, I guess.
There we go, 5K for him.
Now,
very nice.
Yeah, I can tell you that M the Basement, me, and Closed also got 5Ks there. A bit under 4 minutes for me. A bit under 5 minutes for M the Basement. Closed used up all of his 5 minutes. And M. Wickholm unfortunately guessed near the East Coast. So that's 37 points for him.
Yeah. So yeah, Simi definitely able to pinpoint that, but using quite a bit of his time, which puts him a little bit behind the gun there. As we get into round number 3 with M the Basement. Here we go. Much greener location than the last one.
It's also much less around.
Yeah, much less to use. As you can see, he did get a 5K in the first 2 rounds, so if he puts up a good time here, he could still be on track for that bonus points at the end. Thumbs up on a sign.
Good sign here.
If he doesn't go past it, there we go. McKay via May Dawns, Rockhampton, Dingo. Oh, there's McKay. He seems to be familiar with that, as well as Rockhampton. Right on that on the map. Now, how will the pinpointing go? There's Dingo to the south. Is he going to notice that? Maybe, yeah, probably. Just hasn't updated his pin location yet. Seems to be having some internet trouble.
It looks still relatively fine. It's playable.
Yeah, Dingo quite a ways away. 114 kilometers. Welcome to Australia.
Yeah, that sign is pretty much all you need.
Yeah. It does say middle mount's only 15, so that does give you quite the clue.
It's also right there in the middle of his screen on the map.
Yep.
It's actually interesting because Middle Mount is 15 kilometers away and Niba is 150, but Middle Mount stands out more on the map.
Yeah.
And he's got it.
Maydowns Road. He has the intersection where he is currently, so he'll have to work his way back with having spent 2 minutes so far into the final 3 minutes of the round. It's kind of weird talking backwards. Usually we're like, oh, they've only got 2 minutes left, but we're kind of going the opposite. Like they've,
They've already spent 2 minutes.
Yeah, they've already spent 2 minutes in the round, so.
He now knows he's somewhere in between those two side rows and has to do a lot of pinpointing now. Well, that might take a while now. Because there's not really any sort of landmarks or side roads in between those two that could help you pinpoint.
Yeah, his best bet is to do some proportionality, how many clicks to each one, but that could eat up a lot of time he may not want to do. Let's see how accurate he's willing to try to get. He is clicking and trying to guess. It is Australia, though, so a definitely more generous country than, say, North Macedonia or something.
Yeah, but you still have to be within, I think, probably about 40, 50 meters to get 4 points. And it's hard to tell how much distance there is between those two side roads. But I'm pretty sure it's like at least a kilometer or two. So you have to be still very, very exact for the little information you get there.
Yeah, the good thing is he can probably bet that his opponents are doing the same thing, right? Nobody is going to be able to get this super fast. So if he's able to pinpoint, the time it'll take him will probably be standard across the board, so to speak.
Yeah, and there's no use in getting the fastest time if you're going to end with 2 points less.
Yeah, true. So spend that extra 10, 20 seconds to guarantee that 5K is a 10, 20 seconds well spent. For sure. And with about a minute left, 4 minutes having spent on this, he seems confident enough to guess. And 8 meters. Good job. A 5K from him. So the other players, same thing pretty much, time-wise at least?
Well, time-wise, sort of, but he's the only player in the race that managed to 5K that location.
Oh, wow.
Next closest was, let me actually have a look here, was Tall Impala, who lost 1 point, guessing 167 meters away. Yep, no one else was close enough for 5K there.
Yeah, very difficult round for sure. So that's very understandable. So that's definitely props to him, the baseman there, for getting that 5K. Even if he spent some time, only one to get it. The time doesn't matter anymore. So he's the only one after the bonus points for now. So we'll have to return to his score at the very end to see how he did, if he's able to pick those points up.
Let me actually quickly check. Oh, that's more than I expected. The distance between those two side roads, take a guess how far that actually is.
3 kilometers?
Almost 7.
7 kilometers? I was like 2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
But 7 kilometers. That's insane how accurate you have to be there to get 8 meters.
Yeah. Quite the impressive performance there from him, the baseman. Anyways, into round 4 with M. Wickholm, your teammate, Calamity.
Hasn't gotten any points so far, but he can do it.
Yeah. Cheer on your teammate here. A little bit more built up location in the last one. A few farms at least around. See if hopefully there's some good signs as well. He is going northwest, which is the opposite of where I found all my information.
Yep, same. But on the other hand, that's interesting to now watch because I've never walked that way. So
yeah, true. It does look like the car pulled off the road there for a second.
Mm.
Don't undermine us. But literally don't mine underneath my ground, I guess.
Possibly. I just don't
Yeah,
understand the double
interesting
meaning
sign.
of it.
To undermine is to
Yeah,
like
true.
undercut or
I
something.
mean,
But
I know what it means. I just don't get what the thought is behind it. Like undermining what? Like, what are they doing that
maybe
could be undermined?
yeah, their integrity, their
Okay.
land value. I don't know, but it's probably more of just they want the play on the on words of mine.
Yeah.
So
We'll make the wordplay if it makes sense or not. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
Wickham actually does seem to have slight problems here with his internet speed.
Yeah, he can't quite load the rounds very fast, and it's looking as if the north or westerly direction is not the most fruitful in terms of information where you might be.
Yeah, I think it took quite a while to get good information on the other side as well.
Yeah, I think I traveled all the way into a town or the next town to find something that was helpful enough for me, at least. So, yeah, he is.
That's loading slowly.
Really loading slow. Yeah.
Does that say?
So he's in a wine-producing region, which should give him some clues that we're probably in Eastern Australia.
We're probably not in the middle of the country.
Yep, that eliminates 90% of the country. So the problem is, it could be both coasts. Most likely East Coast, given the wine-producing nature of it. There we go. There's something for him. Newcastle is a pretty easily found city.
Yep.
As well as the B84. So we are outside of Sydney. Probably quite a ways out.
Yeah. There's Singleton as well.
Yeah, so he's got it. He's got the information.
There's Denman a bit further west. So he knows where he roughly is.
There's so he'll put up a decent score even just with his sort of rough internet. There we go.
Yep.
Hollingdon Estate Wines. He knows that's within 600 meters of his location. And now he'll probably head... just checking out the starting location. So maybe head south a bit to see what's on the other end.
It's a long road, so it's useful to check out if there is any sort of small pathway that's going off of the main road here that might be on the map. But usually you check that out on the map first before you check it out in game. But
yeah, maybe one thing to note is that he already has, obviously, we're in round 4, he's only got 9,000 points, is not in the running for the 25k bonus, so you might as well use that 5 minutes. No need to hurry.
It almost looked like he got distracted there a bit for like 10 seconds where he was just staring into the trees. Yeah, now he's looking at where exactly the river crossing is.
There's that river crossing, so it is to his north, so he's further south than that. Now he should go, there we go, head east, my boy, and see what else is in the other direction, just in case there's an easily noticeable landmark right around the corner. Not really, unfortunately.
Yep, there isn't.
But
the one good thing is that there's a curve next to the start. Yeah.
That should help him out. Move him a little bit further east. See if he makes the adjustment. There we go.
He does.
And he will get a 5k on this round. Well done. Australia, not the easiest map. His score into the round not doing well, but you can always be proud of an ace no matter what. And we can already see 2 other players' scores for that round. you and M the Basement got aces. And how about Simi and Closed?
They both didn't. Simi just about failed with the pinpointing. He was 85 meters away, so missing 1 point there. And Closed was 2.7 kilometers away, so he lost 21.
A bit of a rough round for even Simi here. And we'll get into round number 5 then. with closed 24. Yeah, we can see his score right there for a split second. And now this is the true test. The location. I'm interested to see what these people can find because I found some information, but I was told there were good signs that I did not see. So
Yeah, there were very good
we'll see
signs towards the north.
if Close is able to find them. This looks unlike almost any place you'd see in Australia, and there's a good reason for that.
Yep. He doesn't seem to want to go north though, so you'll just see whatever you've seen before.
Yeah, I went south, so he is looking. He does seem like he knows where it might be. He does seem to know it's on Christmas Island. I mean, the location is pretty unique in terms of geography alone. This kind of biome will not be present on the mainland for the most part.
And he's also, he knows that he's on Blowholes Road, so considering he's already found that on the map, that reinforces it for him that he definitely is in the right place.
Indeed. His internet is working better than mine was on this round. But he is on that same road that I took that just seemed to whine forever and not show me anything.
I'd be interested though in the reasoning behind going this way, because that, like, just from the start, that clearly headed towards the forest. I mean, there was a sign there that said blowholes 5 kilometers that way, so I think it's unlikely that you're gonna find anything else apart from the blowholes in 5 kilometers, which I don't suppose give you any information that you didn't have before.
Yeah, I can tell you what my thought was. I kind of went a little bit the opposite direction from the start, and I just like looked off into the distance and was like, well, I can click 4 minutes that way or 4 minutes this way. Maybe in 4 minutes I can click 5K.
Well, you could have clicked about 15 seconds north and you would have found a good sign.
But it's just one of those things where, you know, I gotta probably, given the nature of the location, just pick a direction and hope that I'm not gonna go 2 minutes one way, 2 minutes the other. I'm gonna do 4 minutes and see something, and maybe both of us just didn't pick the right location.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same for me usually. Like, I don't really think too much about which way I go when I'm in game, but just afterwards looking at it, I can clearly see, okay, this was maybe not the best decision to go for.
Yeah, definitely something I can work on as well. Yeah, these dirt roads are a little bit tricky to figure out on an actual map. Like, is this dirt path what they actually drew on the map, or is this just a, you know, somebody kind of carving a new path that they haven't mapped properly or something? So yeah, so that's the sign I did see, and then I was like, well, that's all I got. I'll go this way.
Yeah, let's see if closed goes far enough. It's just around that corner.
I did not go around the corner. This way is way better for sure.
Yeah, and there are all the signs.
Oh, Christmas Island National Park. Oh my word, there they are.
Yep.
As well as all the you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oh, this is beautiful. Would have been nice.
Yeah, it was nice for me.
Yeah.
And now the main problem here is that if closed will eventually probably go back to the starting location, you can see there's this little curve to the west of the main road. The problem is that in the footage, in the coverage here, only the south road is present. There is no north part of this road. Like, the curve just doesn't exist. So you kind of have to figure that out in the time that you have to know that you're somewhere between those two roads on the map and not at the southern road or at the northern road even. Yeah,
he should be on like the lower part of the backwards D, if that makes sense, right? Something like that.
He should be pretty much in the middle of it. It's the lower road that is in the footage itself, but he's quite a bit north of that road, as you can see here.
Okay.
So I think what his problem here was...
Yeah.
What his problem here was is maybe that he thought there's a lot larger distance between these two roads because he didn't see the other one. So he maybe thought, okay, that other road is going to be like, I don't know, 500, 600 meters to the north. So I have to be very close to the southern of the two, when in actuality, the northern part of it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, a bit tricky. And as you can see, it proved quite tricky for M the Basement as well, Calamity. So how did our other 4 competitors finish up?
Yeah, I was the only one out of our video footage that 5K'd that one. There were, I think, 2 or 3 other people who also did. M the Basement 4999, closed 4999, M Wickholm 4999, and Simi with 4997. The bit surprising part here is M the Basement, because he guessed after 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah,
so
as you can see that right here.
He guessed very quickly and lost the 1 point that would have brought him an extra 5 points in the standings. And definitely a case of where he should have taken his time and carefully looked at where he is on the actual road, because it wasn't difficult to pinpoint, it was just tricky. And well, he paid the price for being a bit too quick on the trigger there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, you can't blame him too much. I mean, he knows the kind of competition he's up against, and if he is in round 5 pinpointing for 25K, he probably has to assume other players are doing the same thing. And he's like, well, you know, I gotta cut some time here or there. It's very possible. I mean, if he knew he was the only one who even had a shot, I think he probably would have definitely spent the time. Like if he had a pit crew, so to speak, in his ear saying, "Hey, buddy, you're the only one even close. Take your time, enjoy this." He would have done that, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite exist in GeoGuessr. So,
actually, little fun fact: M Wickholm and M the Basement guessed virtually the exact same spot on the map. Like you can zoom in the furthest it's possible to zoom in, and they're like about a millimeter apart, which is very impressive on its own.
Yeah, very nice. Well, congrats to all the competitors for putting up quite the spectacular race, and unfortunately, M the Basement, they're just missing out on that bonus 25K time. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this format. We're kind of still experimenting a bit to see the best way to bring you lots of videos from this competition that we've been getting. So please let us know in the comments below if you like it, or if you'd rather see 5 videos all at once. Let us know that too. It might hurt your brain a bit, but you never know. So yeah, we'll see you all next time. Take care.
Bye.